Brainrot, something that people are getting well introduced to now with the rise of Skibbity Toilet and Gen Alpha as a whole. This phenomenon can be attributed to TikTok and YouTube Shorts. These fast paced social media apps are actively taking advantage of the reward process and chemicals inside your brain by providing a constant stream of dopamine. This method is also used inside of beastification, which is where the viewer experiences a constant stream of dopamine by the subject of the video changing every 30 seconds. This is how long form content creators survive through this period of change. And as you heard, it's called beastification because it is termed after Mr. Beast, a popular character in media and a Fortnite skin. And Mr. Beast himself has openly apologized for this in a Twitter tweet. So he does acknowledge it and says that people want more storytelling in YouTube content and not just ADHD fast paced videos, which is why my new video is over 40 minutes and has the most depth of any of our videos. My goal is to show it works so more content creators switch over. So Mr. Beast himself is trying to help solve the problem that he's kind of caused. And I really do appreciate that from him. And yeah, I think it's a good thing that he is doing that. But back on the brain rot train, the reason why I mentioned TikTok and YouTube Shorts is because how their algorithm works. And with the algorithms, every time you like scroll or stay on a video to watch it, the algorithm takes note of that and then it feeds you more of the content that you will like. And that means it gets more and more addicting. And it gets to the point where it's a win-win for both the creator because they get money and views, and the platform because they get money. But there is one person that is losing, and that person is the most important of all, the consumer. And the companies try to disguise it as a win for all people, but now people are trying to see through that deception. So, let's take a trip down memory lane and find out when all this brain rot started. The time when all of this brain rot came out depends on your generation. Some millennials believe that brain rot started in Gen Z, and some Gen Z believed it started in Gen Alpha, and some believe that it happened in their own generation. So there's no real way to find out when it started without being biased a little bit. But from my point of view, it all started when YouTube Kids came out, which was around 2015. Because there was some very questionable stuff on the app, like Momo and ElsaGate. ElsaGate, the latter of which, was a series of videos that had Elsa and Spider-Man do some weird things to each other. And if you want to learn more about these weird things, like who would want to, but I'm not judging you. I am, but just look it up in your free time. But fast forward to 2022, and we start getting all of the Ohio memes. And this was present early on. In fact, one of the earliest forms of this was during a during the NCAA game, college football game, of Ohio State versus Ohio State, which was number 4 seed, versus number 1 seed Alabama in 2014. And then the song Down in Ohio came out. Not Down in Ohio, it was like Swag in Ohio, Swag like Ohio, or something like that. that came out in 2019. And then there was one song. No, there's not another song. It was just like Can't Even Do This in Ohio, which came out in 2020. And that really exploded the Ohio memes. And most people blamed this on Gen Alpha, but as I stated earlier, this was present early on in 2014 when the oldest members of Gen Alpha was either 4 or 3. So it can't really be Gen Alpha that came up with the term, but they sure did help carry it into new light. And then February of 2023 came, and Skibbity Toilet came out too. It gained popularity, so much in fact, to where even today, when the main account posts, it gets millions of views within days. It went from a head popping out to full on robots and nukes going off. But this was the first time Chad Alpha really pushed forward a movement and created their own meme. And this trend became more popular when the Grimace Shake came out during the summer of 2023. Everyone was saying Skibidi Toilet in Ohio, drinking the Grimace Shake, and after that, it went all downhill from there. With terms like Riz, Yacht, Flowberry, Fizz, Fortnite, Sigma, and Alpha being added later. So what does TikTok and YouTube Shorts have to do with this? Well, dear viewer, this was the spreader that caused all of this. Also, both platforms can negatively affect your brain with memory loss, anxiety, and stress. These platforms are centered around watch time and how long you watch it. And for my fellow content creators out there, if your shorts are entertaining, you get shoved out into hungry viewer pages and algorithms. And that can be good because you get subscribers, which can allow you to earn money off of YouTube, and you get more viewers, which are more likely to subscribe to you. But this isn't good for everybody because the consumers will start to have their brain rewired to where they only want to watch short stuff. And that leads to the kind of extinction of long form content makers because if they realize, hey, I could be making more money if I don't put any time and effort into this and just make a short little dance, just dance a little bit, they can basically make the same amount of money. So they just say, you know what? I'm not doing quality over quantity. I'm doing quantity over quality because that makes you more money on YouTube for some reason. And this also rewired the brains because also rewire consumer brains in another way too with dopamine. They get they get more like tolerant to dopamine, regular dopamine hits, and they have to be scrolling for more and more, which leads to you scrolling for hours on end. But I would like to bring on a special person, someone who watched all Skibbity Toilet episodes, and let's see his opinion on it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Zombie Fruit. The interview will start shortly. Hello.
Hello,
All right, Mr. Dr. Zombie Fruit.
that
Well,
is me.
well,
Huh?
let's discuss the fate of things on YouTube. How do you feel about brain rot?
Um, it's taken over the internet. Um, very rapidly. Um, It's
It's on what, huh?
I can't think of the word. Taking the internet by storm.
Well, that's nice.
Hmm.
Well, what do you think Brainrot has done to your YouTube channel?
To be honest, it doesn't have much of an effect other than the Skibbity Toilet reaction video that I did a while back. Um, which I reacted to it to promote my YouTube channel. Um,
Hmm. Was it
not
fun doing the
no,
video?
no.
So why do you think Brainrot exists in the first place?
To lure in YouTube Shorts kids.
What about TikTok kids, huh?
Um, Mostly, yeah, like just little kids on the internet. Particularly YouTube Shorts and TikTok.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I would also like to ask you this. Do you think you are a spreader of brain rot? Do you think you're the part of the problem?
Anything is possible. I could be, since the promoting of my YouTube channel is engaging in Skibidi Brainrot, which could be also simultaneously promoting Skibidi Toilet.
Yeah, because you also do YouTube Shorts. You know that, right?
Not much though. I mostly do long form content.
Mm. What else do you have to say on this topic?
Brainrot needs to stop. Um,
May you say that a little slower, please?
Brainrot needs to stop. TikTok should be banned.
And why do you think about that? Why do you think of that opinion?
Valid opinion.
No, why? No, why do you think that is a valid opinion?
What do I think is a valid opinion?
Yeah.
Um,
What do you think it would do to help limit brain rot?
well, those are the main posts of um those are the main mediums that brain rot travels through, and that and it promotes brain rot.
May you say that a little slower, please?
That is the medium in which the brain rot is traveling through.
Okay. But what do you think of your YouTube channel? What do you think of your YouTube channel?
I'm an OG. Like when I started YouTube, YouTube Shorts wasn't a thing. Um, so
Can you reminisce about these old days?
it was nice. Um, it was. Um, it
Do
was
you?
during quarantine. I
Oh,
think around quarantine time.
okay. Do you feel a need to like post videos based off of brain rot and how the content has moved from long form content to like from which was like over 10 minutes to like short form content which is anything less than 10 minutes?
Can you say that again?
So do you think that you have been forced to move to more short form content in order to keep up with the views, keep up with more views, get more views and that type of stuff instead of doing what you want to do, which can probably be long form content?
Exactly. Um, because the YouTube Shorts kids, most of the YouTube population, um, is all their time scrolling on YouTube Shorts, and all these short creators are getting hundreds of subscribers. Um, Instead of the people that like put work into their videos.
Mm. Well, as a fellow YouTuber, I do feel the same way. I feel like it puts more stress on you to like perform more, have like is I think it gets to the point where like the market gets saturated with all these videos just coming in, low quality videos. But that's just my opinion. How about yours?
I feel the exact same way.
Like, what do you like? Give some more context on that from your perspective.
Um, the YouTube Shorts are taking like 5 to 10 seconds. Most of them are taking like 5 to 10 seconds to make. Um, just like going to that little short button and pressing down on the record button for a couple of seconds can get you like a bunch of likes and stuff.
Do you know anybody who does that method?
Yeah, my little brother.
And what do you think of his videos?
I hate them.
Oh, looks like we got some echo. Him and Sagan?
I hate them.
Okay. Alright, just checking, make sure the echo is gone. But what do you think of YouTube in general? Is it going in the right direction, the wrong direction?
Wrong direction.
And why do you think this?
The YouTube Shorts is taking over.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Mr. Dr. Zombie Fruit. Also, after that interview that we just had, I would like to announce that I made a form, a survey of sorts on what people think of brainrot and who do they think spreads it the most and many other topics. And that is also coming up next. The results of the forum were that people often blame TikTok and YouTube Shorts for the brain rot, and this makes sense because of the addictive nature of these platforms' algorithms and their force feeding nature, as I described earlier. Second, there is a split tie on which generation is spreading the brain rot, with 44 people saying Gen Z and another 44 saying Gen Alpha, which also makes sense since this has been around for a while, which also explains why 13 people said millennials. Since, as I stated earlier, the earliest form of brain rot I saw was 2014 with the Ohio shirt, when Gen A was around 3 to 4 years old, to where they couldn't produce content, but other generations can, like Gen Z and the millennials. And with Skibbity Toilet, the most infamous of all, was made by someone in Gen Z. And finally, it's a TikTok ban, which if you don't know was passed on 4/20, 2024, which basically said if the owners don't sell the app, they will ban it in the US. And it looks like the owners aren't budging. So I asked the question to see what people think of this ban, and 36 people said no, and 23 said yes. But there was a large number of people who said maybe, which was 15, and an even larger number of people that said I don't care, which was 27. The reason why I asked these series of questions was to try to pinpoint where the blame was and how they felt about the new law. Also, some interesting results were that people still watch long form content in this short form content driven environment. So, how does this relate to brain rot? Brain rot and its side effects are caused by the platforms and how their algorithms work. They can force feed viewers content by how long they watch it. And if they scroll, they get recommended more of the videos, leading them down to go down a pit of despair, endlessly scrolling. So, what can be considered brain rot? Short answer is any media that can have negative effects on your brain and is widely considered dumb. The long answer is, like what Dr. Zombie Fruit said, Dr. Zombie Fruit and I said, is that it has to do with the repetitive nature of it and how you can just turn your brain off and absorb content, but it flashes every 30 seconds to where you are stuck in a trance. And while your brain is off, your brain get overloaded with information, and then you forget, and the only thing you remember is skivity. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This took me a while to make. By a while, I mean like 2 weeks, which is not really that much. But new videos may be coming out. It'll probably be a little weird, just depending on how I feel. But thank you for watching, and just recommend any games for me to play, and I'll probably play it on my channel. Well, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Make sure if you want to, you can subscribe, and have a great day.